Good morning, everyone. A warm welcome to respected Chief Secretary Sir and the team of respected secretaries from different departments, all district magistrates and directors and heads of department. I'm here to briefly present the reforms undertaken by Tripura Industrial Development Corporation and Department of Industries and Commerce. Under Phase 1, TIDC carried out mainly two reforms under two priority areas to create a GIS database for industrial land bank available in the state and to integrate this with India's industrial land bank. And we had completed it successfully in very less amount of time. All the land assets and the land bank can be searched through this portal, and the allotment also can be applied through the same portal. The second priority area was to bring all state level services into a state single window system and link it to the national single window system, which was successfully done. And it is very simple that the PAN of applicant is used as the identifier for all these services at the state level as well as at the national level. Then in phase 2, TIDC mainly implemented two priority areas. First is to optimize land use in existing and upcoming industrial clusters along with the provisions for MSME. And I am very happy to share that it has been approved by the Deregulation cell of the Cabinet Secretariat. And then second, to empower State Industrial Development Authority to act as nodal agency for all approvals within the industrial estates. Now about the PA3, there were mainly five important recommendations which we have completed successfully, in which it was very simple to say that a lot of flexibility should be there with respect to land parcel, with respect to subdivision, amalgamation, and whatever available in industrial infrastructure or the land we have, that should be optimally utilized, and not even a single inch of plot should be left vacant. In this, the summary is that any applicant having any kind of plot today or in future, it has now become very easy to for the amalgamation of plot, subdivision of plots, subleasing of plots, leasehold to freehold, and transfer of allotment rights and change in line of activity. Now it has become just on the intimation cum application model. In the second recommendation, it was tasked to us that to develop flexible development norms in the industrial areas and to permit economically weaker section and affordable housing so as to promote the walk to work. Towards that, we had performed and achieved that in which TIDC has been designated as the Special Urban Planning Development Authority to undertake all these flexible development norms, and so as to have a better coordination with the department and to remove the unnecessary requirement by the TIDC. What we have done is we have simply adopted the Tripura building rules of Urban Development Department and the Tripura fire safety rules of Fire Safety Department. So there is no ambiguity and there is a better coordination between the department. And which has been already informed by the Secretary Urban that there are higher FAR, reduced setbacks, maximum ground coverage, relaxed height limit, so that most of the plot size and every inch of it can be utilized. Then in third recommendation, it was task given to us to promote infrastructure under PPP model. So till today, what has been the situation is that most of the common infrastructure in industrial estate was developed by TIDC only, which is being used by industrial units at some user fee. Now TIDC has to invest a lot of amount in doing that. But thanks to the deregulation phase 2, now there is a policy that PPP projects can be allowed, and they should take care of common infrastructure like CTP, STP, waste management, fire safety system, power, water supply, logistics, warehousing facilities, and all these things, including the social welfare, skill development. All these things are now allowed under the PPP mode, and those the private developers, they can set the user charges as per the demand and supply method. Then recommendation 4 and 5 were very simple, to have fire safety and other infrastructure in the industrial area and outside the industrial area, so that whatever infrastructure, common infrastructure has been built by the TIDC, those can be used by the industrial units, whether those industrial units are inside the TIDC area or outside the TIDC area, so that whether that is in rural area or urban limits, so they can use the infrastructure built by the TIDC as well as the private developers with the nominal fees only. So it is to say that every single building need not to have its own fire safety system. So if there is a common fire safety system in one industrial park, then that can be subscribed to by every single industrial unit. Then second priority area which TIDC completed was to notify a single nodal agency for all pre-establishment, construction, connection and operation stage approvals within notified industrial area. For this, the state government has notified agency as a single nodal agency, that is called as the Single Window Approval Agency, SWAT in Tripura. And this recommendation was given on the, along with the case study from different countries of the world. For example, there is Invest Tawan Service Center, which is there in the Tawan, and there is a one-stop shop for all the businesses. So like on that line, we have built a SWAT that is a one-stop solution and one-stop for all the kinds of permits. Then in USA also there is one Environment Permitting Council which brings 13 federal agencies that platform. So our SWAT agency and our Swagat 2.0, it brings 24 departments at single platform for around more than 150 services. Then in the same recommendation, there was another case study which says that the PCS-like model, which is available for the passport, so it is very easy. So like that, we need to hire a third party which can take care of all these permits and doing the scrutiny and sending the reminders if there is any discrepancy. And all this is to be done within 3 days to 30 days. So depending upon the application and the quality of the application, say environmental rules, everything. So within 30 days the maximum. And as the Secretary Industries and Commerce had said, if there are the provision of deemed approval. So if something is not approved or rejected and at the end of 30 days, so it is considered the deemed approved. This is the government notification issued for the Single Window Approval Agency of Tripura, where Secretary Industries and Commerce is the Chief Executive Officer. And as you can see, there are the all the departments available here so to have a single window and easy clearance. Now, this is the case study of what phase 1 and phase 2 deregulation has brought. Just to say, I'll briefly mention it. So there was one steel rolling unit, GIC, which we call it here. So that unit became dormant in 2013. After that, they were not able to produce GICs and other steel products, and they were incurring a lot of rental charges. And as TIDC being the authority, we were also incurring losses because they were not able to pay the rental charge. So thanks to the reforms that subleasing and the transfer of allotment rights that those came up, and this unit was transferred under the policy rules to the new company, and that has successfully started the production, and in the phased manner they will be contributing 400 crore of investment, which will help 450 direct and 1500 indirect employment opportunity. So this is just one case study like this. There are many case studies which are the result of deregulation reforms of phase 1 and phase 2. This is last but not the least, so key takeaway from all these reforms is to improve the ease of doing business and to reduce the cost of doing business. So for all the available audience here, field officials, secretariat and directors officials, it is a kind request to use the available database of a GIS, database of assets, land bank, Swagat 2.0 for approx 150 plus services, and then single agency, and then easy land allotment policy of industry department as well as revenue department, so as to have a good policy formulation, implementation, and better coordination between all the departments, and for the duplication of database and attraction of investment by all departments on their own after using all these reforms, and finally the revenue generation for the state. Thank you very much. And as Chief Secretary said once in the meeting, deregulation should be taken as detoxification. The moment we are aware of our health, there is some ups and downs. We take care of our health towards the detoxification. So deregulation should become a part of our life as a detoxification. Thank you very much.